Hi everyone, I'm Moody Boo, the Fragrant Nomad. And as you can tell, I just got off work and I actually had enough energy today to do some recording. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to knock out a couple of reviews and yay, good. It's about time, right? So, and just to remind you, I have a new nursing job and I was promoted and I'm now the lead of a shot clinic for an allergy clinic. My schedule's been kind of cray-cray. I can't believe I said that, but I did. So, and I've been putting in a lot of hours and I'm exhausted and my foot hurts. So I did verify with the doc that yes, I broke probably multiple bones and tore some ligaments and tendons in my foot. And he rolled his eyes and kind of laughed at me because he knows me. He said, well, what doctor did you go to? I said, I didn't go to a doctor. I went to Nurse Brenda for advice. But he was happy with the results, so I must have done something right. So anyway, so I apologize. I know I've been sporadic. I just do what I can. And that's all I'll say about that. So today is a new to me house, and this is a perfume that I worked with on vacation in Hawaii and fell in love with it. And I fell in love with it in the wrong climate because it was, of course, hot, humid climate. And this does much better in cooler temps and drier climes. And that is Susskind Black Influence. If this is the German pronunciation, because it's got the, what is that, umlauts over the U, would that be Süß? Süß? My husband tries to help me with my German and I suck at it just like I do every other language, even English. I suck at that too. So I don't know how to spell it for sure, but anyway, SK Paris, how's that? This wasn't even the one I was most interested in. This one was another sample from the house. I can't remember which one I actually ordered, but they threw in another one, which was Black Influence. Can we take a minute? Because it's beautiful. It's spicy. It has this air of leather to it, almost like a sweet, spicy suede leather kind of a feel to it. Now, I don't think there's any leather. We're going to find out what's in it together because honestly, this is the first time I've looked at the notes. It's vanillic. It's spicy. It's got a little woods in there. It's not gourmand though. I will say it is not gourmand. But it's like the ghost of gourmand's past is haunting this perfume because there is this feel of food with it. Spicy, sweet, kind of treats, I guess. Just a little bit. It's not, like I said, it's more spicy than gourmand, but there is a little bit of gourmand in there. That's all I'm saying. So the notes are, what are the notes? Vanilla, cardamom, nutmeg, benzoin, tonka, vetiver, and cedar. And this is all, I should have gone off of Susskind's website, but this is off of Fragrantica. So it's a little hit and miss. They kind of interpret some notes sometimes instead of getting the actual notes off of the perfume website. So that's pretty close though. I think that's pretty accurate. I do not get any vetiver. But all the rest of it, the cardamom, nutmeg, benzoin. Now, a lot of people say the cardamom is very prominent, but to me, the nutmeg and the cardamom just make this spice mix. To me, it's so well blended that I cannot pick out certain notes per se, now that I see them. And I actually smell, I think, a little more nutmeg than cardamom, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And the benzoin is prominent too. Now I do get the tonka. people have voted it way down the list as far as what they detect, but I get more of it than that. So this is like, I totally get the tonka. It's almost as if the tonka beans, ripe, cooked, whatever you do with tonka to get them smelling fabulous, that they've been wrapped in some suede leather, and then a bunch of vanilla beans sliced open so that they're very fragrant, and spices sprinkled over the top. That's really what I get with Black Influence. It's a sweet, spicy, almost gourmand, kind of a light suede leather perfume. That's what I get. The cedar is there in the dry down. When it gets to the deep dry down, you get the cedar, but it's not really for me, because I am very, very familiar with the smell of cedar. We have it growing wild all over the place up here. When I was a kid, we built a cabin out of cedar. Well, we put cedar planks on the outside of it, you know, and a lot of cedar paneling on select walls on the inside, because it makes everything smell so good. So I know what cedar smells like. And this doesn't have cedar to me. It has woody. It has, and it's almost more dry, like it might be driftwood cedar. Now I could see that. But as far as that really rich, almost sweet aroma that cedar, that fresh cedar in the woods or fresh cut cedar has, I don't get that. And I love that. But I love this. It's fabulous. And this is a 1 ounce bottle, I believe, right? Yes. And you can get this 1 ounce bottle of Susskind Black Influence on Door Perfumes website for $55. It is completely worth it. And the performance on this, you know, for $55, come on now, for an ounce, it's really, really good, because I get 7 to 8 hours pretty easy with 2 sprays. Sometimes I'll do 3 sprays on this, and here's why. Because not only, you know, it doesn't really help it last any longer per se, but it does help it project a little more. And it projects well. It projects, you know, about arm's length for about an hour. But then it comes into about elbow's length. So I'm not afraid to give it a 3rd spray and try to hang on to that scent bubbles, perimeter for a while longer before it comes a little closer. It doesn't become a skin scent. It stays about elbow's length for the rest of the wearing. But it's a little surprising with a spicy kind of almost edible suede leather perfume, sweet, spicy, that it doesn't last longer. But I'm kind of happy about that, because I have a lot of spicy bombs, and this one is much more settled. This one is one you could wear to formal occasions, absolutely. Work formal occasions, not my work. I work at an allergy clinic, so that's out. But formal occasions for other people, you know, with even suit and tie kind of events, because it's not beast mode. It's professional smelling in that regard, and more polite. So, but at the same time, it's an inviting perfume. It would draw people in. I think you could absolutely wear this to go out with friends, you know, festivities, possibly even frisky trysts. But I don't know if it's quite beast mode enough to go out partying with it, you know, in crowds of people whenever that happens again. You would have to overspray, I think, and then it could be a going out perfume. It absolutely could be a signature scent, because it is polite enough. You do have a little more control over how much scent bubble you have, because you can spray more of this. To me, it's easier to get what I want from a perfume that isn't beast mode to begin with, because if it's beast mode, how can you do less than one spray? You know what I mean? But when you have one that isn't quite beast mode, it's more professional, like I said, more polite. You can kind of control your scent bubble size and projection and all of that by, you know, regulating your sprays, whether you add a couple more or whatever. I'm rambling on. So there is that. Cold weather. I do believe that, even though I fell in love with it in Hawaii, it wouldn't be one that I would choose to wear if I lived there. Or when we go back, it wouldn't be one that I would choose to wear if I wasn't testing it in that kind of climate. I think it'd be much better, especially for holidays. I think it's a great perfume for the holiday season. It has those, you know, kind of pumpkin pie spices that are in there that remind me a little bit of the holidays, and yet it's a bit dark at the same time, which always appeals to me because I'm a little dark. You really are, aren't you? Yes, but everybody knows that. Thanks. So anyway, absolutely wonderful perfume. I love it. Is it desert island worthy? Not sure yet. Still working with it though. It may come up the list because the more I wear it, the more I'm loving it. It's one of those. Not a slow burn, but a continuous build-up kind of a burn. So it's kind of black influence. All right, so thank you again for your patience. I know I say that every video because you need it every week with me. What can I say? I try. And I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your patience, and I'm really grateful. So don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell and comment if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. And use your own nose. Peace.